So, hi everyone. My name is Lauren Aloya, and I am the marketing manager at Float Left. I have with me Geronimo Macanas, the CEO of Jump Data Driven Intelligence, and Tom Schaefer, the CEO of Float Left. Today, we will be talking about the importance of personalizing OTT experiences for your consumers and how it can be beneficial. So this is intended to be a mini webinar. So while there's a lot to cover on this topic, we'll just be addressing a few key points. So we have prepared a list of 4 questions, 2 for each of you. So let's just dive right in. The first question is for you, Tom. As you know, engagement is a popular topic in OTT. Providers are always looking for ways to help keep their viewers engaged and interested in their platforms. What are the common challenges your clients face when wanting to increase engagement, and how does personalization play a role?
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. So the burden of choice is a real issue within OTT, not only from an app discovery perspective, finding services that consumers are interested in, but then once you're in there, how to find the right content for you if there's a large library of content. And so we believe heavily in the fact that personalization is critical for growth in these services. It just reduces the amount of time and friction for consumers to connect with what they're looking for. And this is across all industries as well, not just within OTT. Personalization is a critical aspect of the consumer experience, and so with so many options, it's just critical to have that as part of your service.
Okay, great, thanks. Uh, the next question is for Geronimo. So at Jump, you offer a personalization solution. Can you tell us a little bit about what it does and how it works, and what is its competitive advantage?
Sure. Thanks, Lauren, for the question. First of all, thanks for inviting to this webinar. I think personalization is an amazing topic, right? I agree with Tom. It's crucial. Today's more direct, straightforward, and personalized experience with end consumers and people that really want to entertain, really find what they want to watch. It's as simple as that. In our case, technology-wise and business-wise, when we create the Jump Personalizer, that is actually our technology for personalization in actually different industries in media, entertainment, and in a wider sense. So we work in OTT video streaming, pay TV, and gaming. And actually, the main challenges and the same opportunities that we saw some years ago is creating a technology that is frictionless. So we have seen in the industry in the past years that personalization is like a heavy and huge investment project that at the end lands in also, of course, a lot of intensive resources after that for managing and creating the personalization strategy and really make an impact in at the end what is the most important, that is increasing engagement and viewership. So for that, we re-engineering completely what means personalization technology, and we create a 100% fully API base for a plugin into UX experiences, and basically with the minimum amount of data points and data sources about the behavior of the OTT subscribers or pay TV subscribers, we are capable to really make a personalized experience in just some days. So that's a huge change, and really allows not just the big tier ones of the world with the big pockets really put into production personalized experiences, but also the rest of the market and make it sense of that strategy as well.
Well, great, thank you. Tom, from the end user perspective, what are the main benefits of service personalization, and how does it affect retention rates?
Right. So yeah. So at Float Left, I mean, our number one objective is improving the customer experience for the end viewer of our customers' viewers, and that means that we have to improve the viewing experience through a smarter and better user interface and user experience. We just believe that the best customer experiences across all industries are personal. The personalization factor makes the consumers feel more connected to the brand. And then at the end of the day, that makes the services just more sticky, reduces churn. That connection, that personal connection that the brands have and establish with those viewers and the consumer is really what again is key for reducing and minimizing churn. Um, and again, personalization is at the heart of that. It really is.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. And the final question for Geronimo, this is a two-parter. First, what's the average time a media service provider needs to collect their customers' data in order to provide efficient recommendations? And second, how do those efficient recommendations impact content consumption?
Sure, good questions actually. So I think average time in data collection, our recommendation is always, I mean, today's technology allows that very easily, is collection in real time. Real time not necessarily means complexity. Sometimes it's the other way around. It's a more simple process when you can collect data, for example, in the user experience at the player level, and you can do that in real time. Saying this, it's not necessarily a must that you provide personalization processing on real time. You can collect data in real time, and depending on user behavior, sometimes the behavior is not changing at the speed of every single second. So you can prepare personalization and recommendations, and then you can trigger that with certain frequency depending on the behavior of the user. So that's something, for example, our technology really can balance automatically in a smart way. And depending on how your consumers are behaving, we can refresh recommendations on daily basis or by hour or by minute or real time. But also you need to take into account that there is a cost component. So you need to also optimize the benefit of the personalization with the minimum cost. So that's something that definitely today's technology allows to do it in a smart and automatic way. And this is typically what you need to do. In terms of the impact, there is huge potential. We have customers that have increased like 75, 80% consumption using personalization. But I do also like to highlight that personalization technology is very coupled with the user experience. So it's very important to define the proper user experience, but it's going to allow all these fantastic automatic algorithms to really trigger the different use cases for recommendation. But if you do it in a poor user experience, or it's not really very good looking, or it's not a smooth navigation, it doesn't matter the recommendations that you trigger, it's not going to work properly. So I think combination between a good user experience and nice technology, plus, and I also like usually to highlight this, some human intelligence, all together makes the magic and really makes the impact in this 75, 80% increased consumption. So it's these three components that I think need to be coupled together. And this is how we typically work with our customers and with our partners, like you guys, for make the magic really happens at that level of performance.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Just real quick to add to that, Geronimo, that's exactly. I mean, we agree 100% with that. I mean, obviously, to your point, that's why we want to join forces here because we've spent 11 plus years now just working on making the end user experience with the TV platforms as fluid and as frictionless as possible. But yet, there's now this other dimension that we need to tap into. To your point, which is that data layer that is ultimately sort of feeding itself, right? So as the users are engaging with a service that has great content, I mean, there's so many components that have to come together in harmony to make this be the most effective. Um, but once all those things are working in harmony, it just sort of feeds itself. And as users engage more through better UI, we're collecting better and more meaningful data. That data is then serving up more meaningful personal experiences, more better recommendations. And so this whole ecosystem is really just sort of like it continues to grow and get better as users engage with it more and more. And so that's really what we believe is the future of the OTT services and where they need to go. So
definitely.
Great. Great. Yeah. Thank you both for taking the time to answer some of these questions about personalization. There's obviously a lot to be said on this topic, and we've just scratched the surface. If you are watching this and have follow up questions, you can reach out to any of us through our websites. Reach Jump at jumpdatadriven.com or Float Left at floatleft.tv.